From the book, Hurrah for Georgia, The History of the 38th Georgia Regiment, written by D. Gary Nichols. On the morning of the 24th of August, we recrossed the Rappahannock and stacked our arms just behind a steep little hill near the river, where we had planted a battery. In a very short time, the different mess had their fires underway and was preparing the dough for the oven. However, just before we were ready to commence the baking process, the enemy's battery on the opposite hill saw fit to send a challenge to our battery on the hill above us, which was instantly accepted, and the duel commenced in good earnest, which warmed up to that extent that we commenced looking around for a safe place and preparing to move. The sick were dispatched up the branch under the shelter of the hills and trees. These feeble boys were interested with the dough that we had been prepared for baking. The mess of Willis B. Jackson turned theirs over to Willis for safety, he being on the sick list. He started out ahead with all the speed he could, with the aforesaid dough stuck under his arm for safe transportation. But the shells came too fast and thick for Willis. He raised his arms and let her slide, to the great grief of his hungry messmates who were following far in the rear. When the mess came up to where their fondest hopes had been cast into the mud, which contained the last drop of grease they possessed, the very grease, too, that came from the place of meat Bill Smith had carried next to his heart till the grease dripped off his heels, it almost made them shed tears. Good morning. We're back at it here in Virginia. This is Just Go Detecting, Spring Hunt 2021. Beautiful morning. Here with Mr. JT and Miss Lindsay. We don't know how much we'll record today because it's going to be a tough hunt. You're going to have to hunker down and find stuff. It's also going to get really windy. If it gets windy, it's hard to open up the camera and talk. Can't hear yourself. Lots of people here. Should be fun.
First 2 days, so this third day is going to be yucky.
Yes, third day they're calling for thunderstorms, so I'm going to hit it hard for 2 days and probably plan on not hunting the third day. But I always talk myself into it. But if there's lightning, you won't see me out here. So, got anything to say, Mr. JT?
Let's record a lot because we'll only be doing 2 days.
There you go.
That's a big one.
Do you have your pinpointer on?
Here we are towards the end of day 1. Haven't found a whole lot, so we're hoping this might be a bullet. It's in the plug.
We're in the plug.
Well, are you getting tired, JT? You're supposed to use your pinpointer to find it. Go ahead. Let's see. Here. Take that. May have to come back and film it. Let me check the plug again. It's in the hole, JT. Check the hole again.
On the wall?
I don't know. Maybe I gotta dig deeper. Oh, there it is. Right there it is. What is that?
Cool, fired bullet.
Let's see what it is. Oh yeah.
Here.
There you go. All right, we're on to something now.
10-4, Dan.
Man, that thing's...
We just found a fired bullet.
Very front of the farm.
Cow pie field.
No, tell them the very front of the field.
by the
The
road.
very front of the trail.
Back down there.
That's right. Where you at? I can't see. Well, that's the end of day one of Just Go Detecting. We had a fun day. It was a hard day. The finds were spread out. We ended up doing okay. We found, here is one of our latest finds. We found part of an exploded artillery shell. I can't really identify what that is. And then I think we got some case shot here and a couple fired Civil War bullets. I can't identify the caliber on those. They're too smashed up. A couple random iron pieces. It looks like we got part of a pocket knife here. And curious about this piece. I needed somebody that knows more about Civil War artifacts to tell me if this is anything or not. It looks like it could be part of a belt plate, but I kind of doubt it too. So we'll find out. Maybe share more later if we learn more. Oh, here's some other random finds.
Good. I think part of a gear, some scrap metal, parts of horseshoes. This is half of a horseshoe.
Shows.
And we got a bunch of other random finds.
That's right.
I found a horseshoe lying on the ground.
Somebody didn't throw their trash away, did they?
Yeah. And that is all the finds of day one.
Yeah. It's day two of Just Go Detecting. That's Lindsay over there using the Equinox in gold mode. I've been impressed with how it's performed and how stable it is. We haven't been able to find much with it, but it's been fun to learn it more and work through the challenge of this hot soil in Virginia. I think we've worn JT out. He's over there, over on that hill, resting, probably through his snacks. Oh no, actually he's right there with Lindsay, running over to her. They're checking out a signal. I'm in cancel mode because the electric lines around here are making it too unstable, so I've put it in cancel mode, and I think I just got a piece of lead here. Let's see, yeah, nice sharps, I think. There we go. So I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. It's good though. I found a piece of canister shot just before this one, so I'm gonna hunker down here, see what else we can figure out. Day two of Just Go Detecting. We've grabbed a couple pieces of lead here. It's JT and Lindsay making their way here. They were in the streams with the Equinox. They did a good job. They found lots of big iron, but no artillery. But they were doing the right things. So we've grabbed a couple bullets here. Here's one of them, a smashed up 3-ringer. There you go. So we're gonna try to hunker down in this cornfield for the last couple hours of the day. Probably our last day of detecting because the weather looks terrible tomorrow, and I think we might just get an early start back home and see how it goes. It's been a blast here, but hopefully we find something here at the end that we can share with y'all and have a good time just hunting anyway. All right, it's late in the day, second day of Just Go Detecting. We think we got lead in the hole. We're gonna have JT find it for us. He's tired, but he's gonna look. Nothing. Check the sidewalls real good. It looks like we got to dig it back out more. We'll be right back. All right, guys. We had JT digging this hole about a foot, and I don't know. We're a good 3.5 foot down, and we were getting pretty excited. Gentleman, one of the medics over there, stopped and looked at it with us. He was pretty excited, and lo and behold, 3.5 feet deep is barbed wire, a bunch of it, massive. Sounded good, but no shell. So we're gonna fill this hole in. JT, peek up, say hi.
Hi.
All right, we're gonna fill this in and try to find another bullet or two. Hey guys, it's the last day of Just Go Detecting. We waited out the rain and decided we'd give it a little bit more time today. And we think we found our biggest artillery frag here. Not sure, hopefully it's a base to an artillery projectile, but we'll get with somebody that knows Civil War objects to help us figure that out. Hopefully this is a good day 3 find. I'll have to investigate it more. We'll let you know what we find out. It was about, what, 18 inches, Lindsay? So I was getting frustrated with the hole. I thought it was a bullet at first, and then I couldn't find it, and it's just because I didn't want to dig as deep as I thought I would need to. So just kept digging down, eventually got to it. I don't know what else it would be. It doesn't look like my normal tractor parts I find, so hopefully we learned something about what it is. We'll let you know. Anything else, JT?
No.
Okay, so we're not far from where we dug our second giant hole, and it ended up being a wire, so we got away from there, and then Jason found a couple pieces of case shot, and then we have another one down here in the hole.
JT, why don't you show it to him? Hop down here.
Okay.
Show him where it's at.
I spy.
Case shot. Give the camera a good picture of that. That's a nice round.
Hold still.
There you go. Wasn't too deep. There you go. Nice find, guys. We're back from Just Go Detecting. On this hunt, we have some electrolysis work to do. We're going to get that in a minute, but JT's going to tell you a little bit about the finds we had on the hunt.
I'm pretty sure this is a gear, but we don't know exactly what it is. This is a horse comb. They would groom the horses with it. And these are artillery frags and case shots. And we didn't have much luck with bullets, but pretty much all of them are fired. Still pretty decent. An axe head, and we found a ton of horseshoes in the river.
That's right.
And this is probably our best find of the trip. A Hotchkiss shell base.
Yeah. And we wanted to really get pictures of that before we use electrolysis on it. Learned how to do electrolysis from watching Aqua Chigger videos. And then we bake it and we apply an archaeology solution that a friend shared with me so it doesn't re-rust. It gives it a little bit of a shiny tone, but I don't really mind. I just like knowing that it's preserved and it's not going to re-rust. Hopefully it'll clean up real nice. Excited to see what that looks like. So we're going to run our artillery shells or fragments through electrolysis and then show you what they look like after they're cleaned up. All right, here's a recap of our final finds from Just Go Detecting. We found this really neat horse comb. I think it's from the 1800s, maybe early 1900s. Can't see it very well on the camera, but it does say, there we go, England on it. I've considered cleaning this up in electrolysis, but it's aluminum. I don't know if I really want to damage it. I'm not sure, so probably just leave it like it is. Found this big hunk of iron. I don't know what that is. Found this nice axe head. Good example of a horseshoe. We went ahead and kept that. Found lots of broken horseshoes and a couple other horseshoes we just didn't keep. And then here's the lead we found. Lots of case shot that would have been in artillery shells. Some bullets. Sharps. Fired, smashed up 3-ringer. Nice Colt pistol. This little round ball, I'm not sure what that is. And a couple other bullets, might not even be sieve. We got our frags, and then our favorite find is this base to the Hotchkiss. Turned out real nice. Really like the before photos because this thing was a big, muddy mess. So it cleaned up real nice. But that's our finds. Thanks for looking.
In New Hampshire, it was called Tenting Tonight on the Old Campground. And songs had gone very, very sad. This was one of the saddest songs written in 1864. This is just the way people were singing as the war dragged on. They didn't think it was ever going to end. This is called Tenting Tonight on the Old Campground. We're tenting tonight on the old campground. Give us a song to cheer our weary hearts, a song of home and friends we love so dear. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to cease. Many are the hearts looking for the right to see the dawn of peace. Tenting tonight, tenting on the old campground. We are tired of war on the old campground. Many are dead and gone. The brave and true left their home. Others been wounded long. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to cease. Many are the hearts looking for the right to see the dawn of peace. Tenting tonight, tenting on the old campground. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the village where the grapes of wrath are stored. Hath moved the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Oh, I wish I was in the land of coffin. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, Dixieland. Dixie's land where I was born early on a frosty morning. Look away, Dixieland. I wish I was in Dixie, away, Dixie's land. I'll take my stand to live or die in Dixie. Away down south in Dixie, away down south in Dixie. Away down south in Dixie, away down south in